Oh, I fucked up so bad. Oh, I fucked up. I have fucked up tremendously. I cannot get away from fucking up. This is a fuck up that matters to nobody but me, basically. Since nobody uses my VOD channel, but I like it because I like keeping it updated. But I missed like 4 VODs before they timed out. So like the first like solid chunk of Endwalker is just gone. And I'm really sad about that. It hurts me emotionally. I like having my VODs up. I was sad after missing notes on Shadowbringers. But this hurts my soul. This hurts my soul. And I knew it was going to happen too. The reason I missed it was because I was on vacation. Hi, by the way, I'm back from vacation. But I missed it because I was on vacation. And I realized over the course of vacation, I might lose some VODs or something. Whatever, I'll deal with it maybe in the morning. And then didn't deal with it. And now they're all gone. Hi, Bryce. I lost like 4 VODs because they timed out. And I am so emotionally hurt because I did see it coming. And I should have stopped it and I didn't. Couple that with the fact I'm definitely not finishing Endwalker before Dawn Trail comes out. It's just not happening. I could do it if I foregoed literally hanging out with all of my friends for the next like 2 weeks straight and not doing anything but grinding Final Fantasy 14 for the next 2 weeks. I might make it. Technically, you say that, Bryce. I do get Juneteenth off, and I might spend that whole day just grinding Final Fantasy 14. It does occur to me. I could just like wake up at my normal work time and just grind the game. I also, for the record, have other stuff. Hi, by the way, I'm back from my vacation. I have a lot of other stuff to be excited about. I texted my brother and was like, you know what? I'm finally pulling the trigger. I'm gonna get myself a VR headset. To which his response was, do you just want to take my old VR headset because I'm not using it? To which my response was a very incredulous, are you sure? So tomorrow I'm gonna go pick that up, I think, and owe him so much. I'm gonna have to bake him so many cookies. I'm going to have to do so many babysitting nights for him. He deserves it, honestly, but like, yeah. Besides the fact that I'm not gonna finish Dawn Trail in time, not gonna finish Endwalker anywhere near in time for Dawn Trail. Everything's going pretty well. By the way, I got new headphones. It's finally happened. I got new headphones. Everything's coming up well, except my VODs are gone, and I'm not gonna be done in time for Dawn Trail. But if you ignore literally everything that matters on stream, my life's going pretty good right now. You know, 90% of things considered. So yeah. We're back. And one thing with these headphones that does... There we go. One thing that does throw me off with these headphones sometimes is they have a kind of neat feature. Where if you press 2 fingers to the side of it, it does something called speak to chat. Where if you start talking, it'll just cut off your mic and add in noise from the environment so that you can hear other people talk. Which is a neat feature on paper and which will throw me off so much in practice because I keep accidentally activating it when taking my headphones on off. None of this matters to anybody but me. But we are ready to get back into Endwalker and I'm excited about it. I will admit, I thought I was farther than I was. I didn't realize I was only level 82. I could have sworn that we've already done like 10 hours in this game, but I can't go check because the VODs are gone. Right, last we left off, we had made our way into Garlemald. Actually, wait a second. I'm shocked I'm only level 82. Yeah, I've done like 2.5 areas, and I'm only level 82? I did half. Basically, I guess not a lot, but I went through 3 areas in 2 levels. That seems weird to me. Like, I did half of this area in Charlian. We went through half of Thavnir. And then we're starting in Garlemald. That feels like a lot. Alright. Oh, and I forgot that I brought out the outlet. That feels weird. But it is cold out, and we got the fit for it. So, come on, Emanuele. Bring me back into Final Fantasy XIV, why don't you? What ho, chums? Been giving something to do, have you? As it happens, I too have been ordered to make myself useful. Seems like a rather tall order. Since you ask, where to scour the Elbram for survivors? What? Wandering around ice fields on the off chance you'll find someone? You take forever to finish the job without the benefit of my expertise. Or more specifically, my telescope. Come, friends, I know just the spot to begin our search. Elise, you really could have lied. I'll probably regret this, but we might as well humor him. I don't remember Emanuele that much, but I could have sworn that where we left him in Heaven's Word was like he was trying to become less of a fuck up. And now as we rejoin him in Endwalker, the amount of which he is fucked up has only gone up. He's a consistent fuck up. Should you ever need a compass, do not worry. Just find Emanuele and find which way he is pointing, and be assured that he is fucked up. Right. What's up, Alfino? Yeah, no residences out here. I'm curious about the pipeline and like an oil rig that's over there. That's weird. Yeah, it looks almost like an oil pipeline. That's not ceruleum, is it? No, they wouldn't do that. Hey, Muon. I'm surprised by how many wild beasts there are roaming about the place. Perhaps now that the soldiers have gone, they're free to wander and forage as they please. Yeah, this is weird. What's up, Emanuele? I swear to God, if there's not a shoe bill in view when I put this telescope to my face, I'm gonna be sad. I spy with my little telescope a massive sheep thing? Or maybe it's a cow. Not what we're after either way. Is that an ether current? Ah, nope, just a windspite. They did. I got told about that joke way back in A Realm Reborn, and I finally got to experience it. Other than that, it's all snow, snow, snow. But lo, what do I see over yon hillock? There's no mistaking it. That's a girl. God, his absolute ability to hone in on the one girl in a 50-mile radius. A survivor. Show me. God, I don't remember how to do voices all. Over there, behind that tree. Looks like she's running away from something, though surely not us. She wouldn't even know we're here unless she had a telescope like mine. All I can tell is that she's wearing a pale green dress. Rather fetching one at that. Pale green dress. She'll be long gone by the time we get anywhere near, but we should be able to follow her footprints. I'll let Lucia know where you're heading. Oh, and take these warming tinctures with you. The poor girl must be chilled to the bone, if not on the verge of freezing to death. That's actually very thoughtful, thank you. But won't you need some for yourself? Oh, no, I'll be fine. As a man of chivalry, my honor demands I do no less. And lest we forget, the very reason we are here is to protect those in need. Now go, and Godspeed. Well, we're gonna find him half frozen on our way back, aren't we? Maybe 3/4 frozen, to be honest. Look at the man. I'm a little bit surprised that the people from Ishgard aren't doing better in the cold, but from what I remember, they're having as much trouble as anyone else. Or maybe it's just a Emanuele that is. Right. Yep. Huh, I'm getting deja vu too. What was the section in Thanalan where we had to like trace footprints through the sand outside of that like desert town? I don't know why I'm being reminded of that for some reason. Maybe just the white of the snow matches some part of my brain with the reflection on the sand. What is that? Oh, that's disgusting. Wow, that's a good design. That is weird and fascinating and disgusting. It's simple too, isn't it? It's just a bunch of balls on top of each other basically, but the balls have teeth and I don't like that. Ooh, yeah, jeez, that's really bad. Oh, well, I guess now's my perfect opportunity to try to remember how this class works. It's so much slower than I remember, too. You've seen these before, but really it's been a while. Yeah. Wait, these animals in specific? Oh. Huh. My brain thinks I would have remembered them, but if they were just in the rage, then that does make sense. I do tend to pay less attention during those. Oh, this is ceruleum. Cool. Again, the oil rig looking thing concerns me, but questions for later. We're getting closer. I'm sure of it. At first, we thought she'd go inside the building, but the door doesn't look to have been opened in some time. She might still be nearby, so we'll keep looking around here. Then again, it's also possible that she ran right past this place. Would you mind searching up ahead? Yeah, Alize. Whatever you say. Meow. Hey, Nikki. Hmm? My brain was like, oh my god, there's chocobo footsteps, before I remember that's just where I sent Barrage running, wasn't it? Got a little bit overexcited there. I'll also admit, these new headphones are really throwing me off because I can't really hear myself talk as clearly, which is really weird. Is there going to be a shoe bell or something? Oh? The girl in the green dress anxiously surveys her surroundings. Were you to call out to her from this distance, it might attract wild beasts to your location. It would be safer to get closer first, but you must do so without drawing her attention. Oh my god, we're doing a fucking follow mission? Wild. I absolutely cannot believe that we're doing a fucking follow mission in Final Fantasy XIV. Is she gonna turn around or something? Yeah, there we go. I'm also confused because I thought my objective was to just sneak up on her, but I guess I'm just trying to follow her. It's alright. Stealth missions implemented in 2020. I'm firmly of the belief that the follow mission is something that people are always like, wouldn't this be cool if we did this? And then they don't think about what the actual gameplay is. Oh. Quick, Owlet. You must hide me. Just remember, if she spots us, we have ways to deal with that. But it won't come to that. Unless... Nah, it'll be fine. I'll give them credit, it's a little bit unique. But I'm also really confused why I'm doing it. Wouldn't it be cool if, and the answer always ends up nope? I mean, there are some things that definitely can be cool that definitely sound like they shouldn't be cool. As soon as I think of one, I'll make sure to let you know. Don't fuck with me. Don't fuck with me. Oh, thank God. Oh, that got way too close. Oh, fuck. No! Do I... Oh, my God. Well, maybe there will be something neat. Never mind. I wanted to follow the pipe to the end of it, but I couldn't. This game is bad, actually. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, everybody. I missed it. Are you having fun? No. It's fine. It's fine. You gotta get the one awful mission out of the way so that you can have fun. Otherwise, they wouldn't have enough content in the MMO, and we can't let that happen. I mean, full credit to them. To be fair, to be as fair as I possibly can be, I'm coming back to this after like a week and a half of not playing the game. Maybe, yeah, a little, just about exactly a week and a half. And the mission before this was that big combat mission where we entered Garlemald. And then a cooldown mission where we got our bearings in the settlement. And then this mission. So in terms of like story structure, I can kind of understand why they want to have a calm mission here. However, look, it is definitely variety at the very least. I just don't think that they set it up properly. Because the text before this was... Oh, you're gonna have to sneak up on this girl so that you can talk to her. But now I'm doing a follow mission. Like, it wasn't exactly set up properly. But whatever. But also stealth missions in non-stealth games. I will reserve my comments. Can't I just cast, like, a repose on her? It'd be really funny. Healers get to skip this, actually. We're not used to waiting. All our queue times are instant. Half our buttons are instant. I think that this is built specifically to be anti-healer, you know? Just let me skip it, it's fine. See, also every other non-stealth game that try to add out stealth sections. Okay. I think that's unfair. I think that there are plenty of stealth games which get follow sections wrong. Have you played Assassin's Creed 1? Can I just stick back here or will it fail me? Because I really don't want to aggro that thing, but I'm also very nervous about it. Pay no attention to the fight behind the curtain. You definitely don't see anything that's happening here. Please keep running. Thank you. Okay, I think I'm good. She's just like, weird how that overgrown rose is just bashing on that tree. Whatever. Uh-oh, I'm actually going to fall off the pace here. Please don't turn around right now. It would be dreadfully inconvenient. Okay, I think we're good. Oh, cool. Hawk Villa, I guess. What's up, girl? Still in one piece. I will give some credit. Making something which continues if you fail is so goddamn hard. Also, I haven't played Mario RPG, so I don't know what you're talking about. But, oh, she's a Guardian. Who are you? Stay back. This house is packed with explosives. Take another step and I'll blow this place sky high. Please, we just want to talk. Oh, thank God. I need someone British to help defuse the situation. I'm sorry. Just kill me, honestly. Blow me up, honestly. I'm Alfino. This is my sister, Alize, and our good friend Dekka. We have no intention of hurting or taking anything from you or anyone else. I give you my word. We and our comrades have come to provide aid to the people of Garlemald. Aid? You savages are the ones responsible for all this. You did this to us. We didn't, I promise you. One of the other reasons we came was to find out what happened here, in fact. The Talafoi are the ones to blame. They're the ones who laid waste to Garlemald, and they won't stop until they've destroyed the entire world. They are the enemy. Our enemy. On our way, we encountered Imperial soldiers who had been made their thralls. Those poor souls are now in our care, and we are striving to cure them of the affliction. Oh shit, I just closed my chat. You're the first person we met who wasn't already enslaved. How were you able to escape the Talafoi's influence? Are there others like you? Was she blessed by Highland or something? I'm sorry, I don't mean to overwhelm you. Let's start with introductions. Can you tell me your name? My name's Licinia. As for how I've managed to stay sane, I've been asking myself the same question ever since that night, and the roar, that terrible roar, and then the screams. I was screaming too, I think. I'm not sure, I can't remember. Oh shit! Oh shit! That looks bad. Although I admit, my first thought looking at that was, wow, that is some sweet Warhammer 40k terrain. Then came the silence. Everything was still. It was like waking up from a nightmare. I thought that maybe the fighting had stopped. So I stepped outside. If your hells are real, I saw one that day. I ran. Past friends, people I'd known all my life. Eyes vacant. Dead. Staring at the sky. Oh, so this is the thing that people warned me about being super heavy. Others were mad and violent. I saw them struggle as soldiers, but didn't stay to watch. I fled as far as my legs would take me. Do you have family here? Is this their home? I'm gonna call that plot event the Night of Roars and Screams. I could probably cut that down slightly, but just help me remember. No, this is Victor's Spoils, a mansion for retired soldiers. Or it was, but now me and a few others are borrowing it. As for the explosives, I was making that up. I just wanted to keep everyone else safe, and I didn't know if you were. The truth is, our supplies are running low. You said you're here to help. Can you? Of course. Whatever assistance we can provide, we will. Thank you. I'd better tell the others first, though. Wait here. Everything is fine. See, they're fine. They're alive. So that's one thing. This is everyone. Licinia says you can be trusted. But these are desperate times. We'd be fools to let foreign troops into our home. Having said that, were you to provide us with means of heating the place as a sign of goodwill, perhaps we could take you at your word. And it just cuts to the 7 of us just standing, watching as the house is just in roaring flames. Like, well, it's warmer, buddy. If that is too much to ask, then leave us be. Time to put my firewood gathering skills to use. Could you provide the spark with a little magic, Alize? We'll have a fire burning in no time. Maybe we build it under that gazebo. The what? Oh, you mean the bower. Yes, yes. Do as you will. Listen, yeah? What was that look? Kid gathers firewood once. When did he gather firewood? More specifically, why do you know he gathered firewood once? More specifically, level 83. Anything then we get from being level 83 out of curiosity? Nope, we're all good. Sorry, I'm still finding it hard to come to terms with all that's happened. Now that you're here, though, I'm hoping things might change for the better. You know, I've worked up quite a sweat from all that running about, so I'll leave space on the fire for the others. As you can tell, they're in a far worse state than me. We were planning to look for somewhere warmer with more food, but they're not going anywhere until we nurse them back to health, which I don't know how to do. Is there anything you can do to help them? Actually, yes, I'm a healer. As we're officials, I'm sorry, I think I do notice this with Garleans. What's that music? Neat. Also mildly neat. Right, cool. What's up with y'all? Yep, you're fucked. You have just crazy enough hair to look like you might become important to the plot later. They're warming up, I suppose. How goes you, Alfino? You know, Alfino, I think I didn't compliment your coat enough last time I was with you. I like your coat. I can treat their frostbite and their wounds, but it will take time for the fire to do its work. It was a big plot point in Heavensward, and he's never let us forget. Estinian sends Alfino off to gather firewood and gets brought up entirely too often. Okay. It's possible. I'm just saying. it might be possible that y'all are some fucking nerds. I'm throwing it out there. As the man who cares about hearing that detail, that's a pretty nerdy detail to remember. I'm just saying it's distinctly possible. Is my lamp too bright? Hang on. It's not just me, right? Well, that'll have to do in terms of fixing it for right now. It's one of those little quirks they mentioned. Yeah. It's an easy detail to overlook, but absolutely gets mentioned a lot. Fine, it's going in the notes. Fuck it. Alfino, good at fire. Alfino. Firewood. There you go. It's in the notes. And now would be a good occasion to make use of Emmerline's tinctures. The ones that can warm the body from the inside out. Would you make sure everyone gets one? Oh, I like the quest name for this, actually. How the Mighty Are Fallen. That's cute. Here's a warming tincture, buddy. Warming tincture? I've never heard of such a thing. And no harm in trying. But tell me, have you heard aught of the city? Though calling it that seems absurd after what's happened. It's nothing but ruins now. 3,000 combinations? Nice! There you go, buddy. Jesus Christ, that's a lot of combinations, isn't it? The few buildings still standing offer no more than meager protection from wind and snow. Food production, water purification. The magitech that sustained us has come to a grinding halt. What machina that remains operational cannot be run for lack of ceruleum. Of course, ceruleum engines is full of this stuff for all the good it does us. No one here knows the first thing about extraction or refinement. I assume that's that. Ooh, I hope it's a dungeon. All is well, yes, never better. What sweet libation is this? Is it poison, by any chance? Ah, it was a joke, a joke! If I laugh, 'tis that I may not weep. So said the poet. And alas, my tears would freeze on my cheeks ere they fell. We are the blessed damned, to bear witness to the fall of the great empire, while our brethren lie dead, or live on as puppets of flesh. First came the war, then came the roar. When morning came, Garlemald was no more. In a cacophony of gunfire, explosions, and screams was our beloved capital razed to the ground. From the rubble rose the disheveled remnants, their lavish finery caked in ash as they shuffled mindlessly towards the palace. Each bearing a fragment of stone or metal, an offering perhaps to the architect of our destruction. A hopeful few tried to reason with the deranged, only to be beaten for their kindness. But I knew better than to plead with the horde. I fled with my health, if not my conscience preserved. Now I wait with my fellow cowards for our final judgment. Damn, man. I would tell you to take a chill pill, but I just gave you a warming drink, so, you know, maybe not combine those. You look like you're going to be important to the plot, if I'm being honest. A tincture? May as well drink it, I suppose. This? Well, it's a radio. You don't have them where you come from, I take it. We use them to listen to messages sent by others, even over great distances. There are different types, but this model is by far the most popular. Made with quality components, crafted with the finest ore. Sourced from local Locus Amonis, that is. Amonis? Not all that useful since the capital fell into ruin. People at the broadcasting station must have either fled or ended up like all the others, because we've been hearing the same music ever since. Being played over and over again. Home beyond the horizon. An ode to the brave men and women sent to reclaim our ancestral homeland of Locus Amonis. We may have founded an empire in these frozen wastes, but we always hoped to take back what was once ours. 'Tis a solemn reminder that though we must suffer great hardship, better days will surely come. Despite everything, I believe that Emperor Varus yet lives, and that he speaks to us through our radios. It was a cunning strategy faking his murder. He must have foreseen this catastrophe and chosen to conceal himself that he might one day make his triumphant return. Yes, I'm sure of it. Emperor Varus would not be defeated so easily. Yeah, I'm sure you're right. Right. Well, I'm sure the suspicious one over here probably has no opinions about the matter. What's that? Here you go, buddy. Oh, I should check what my accommodation number is at. I assume it's at like... It's probably around like 100 or something. So this is what you gave the others. Thank you. I'll save it for later. Actually, I have a few things to ask you. Are you part of the group staying in Leitrim? I saw Legatus Vigilia's troops heading towards the Magna Glacies a few days ago. Are they the ones you encountered? Camp Broken Glass, you call it. And Vigilia and her men are all there now. Huh. So how did you reach the Magna Glacies? Did you cross the mountains on foot? Should I be giving this information out to strangers? Airships. Then there might be a way to... Licinia? Where is everyone? Is something the matter? A voice from inside, you say? You must be imagining things. Everyone's out here. Oh, perhaps a baby almusty has found its way into the house. Wouldn't be the first time. Well, if the soldiers to scare them off, wild animals have been roaming closer to the settlements. Some have been known to attack people, too. I've just had an idea. If you and yours are strong enough to defeat a Legatus, then surely a few beasts shouldn't pose a threat. If you've a mind to continue helping us, perhaps you could head to the other side of the lake. These establishing shots are new, aren't they? They feel very unique. There's a small group of tappers living there. People whose job it was to extract ceruleum. They still do, from what we can tell. I've already tried asking if they would share their fuel with us, but they're not willing to give it away. They want food in exchange. Lots of food. That's something we don't have and can't get on our own. On top of that, to even reach the den, we'd have to make our way past all those creatures. Would you be willing to go in our place? We only need enough ceruleum to last until the others are strong enough to travel to your camp. If the offer still stands, that is. Oh, and I don't expect you to give up your own supplies, but there might be another way to pay the tappers. Yeah, well, you best watch out for baby almasties while we're away. Hi, Elix. Yes, of course. If I see any, I'll be sure to shoo them away. To reach Tapper's Den, you'll have to cross the lake. The ice is thick enough to support a person's weight, but if you'd rather not take the risk, you'll need to take the long way around. Finding the entrance can be a bit tricky too, so it's easier to just look for someone standing guard outside. However you decide to head there, please be careful. Alright, well, something's definitely up. I'm sure it's fine. I so really want to go attuned to that Aetherite, but I get the feeling I should wait, if just for story effect as much as anything else. Maybe there are still survivors. Maybe not, but that's also, you know, an interesting thing to find out in my own time. I do want to see what this is real quick. I guess it mines the ceruleum, but that feels weird to me. We are in some form of like, oh yeah, hey, look, ether current. Well, bless my curiosity. I don't imagine I'm gonna get on top of that thing before I can fly, though. Probably not. Ow. Huh. I'm sorry, this feels particularly neat to me since I started in Gridania and these were the first, like, big bad ghoul I saw. Oh geez, level 92. Maybe I shouldn't wander too close. It looks neat in white, though. Like that. That looks really neat. I like that variant. That's it. Sometimes it can just be I like them. I've explored the whole zone before progressing story past the intro, and well, it's a thing you can do. I'll be very careful not to find out that, Orchifont is alive in the main village up back here for some reason. Because I can't contact. Oh, I forgot Zoe was the thing, but I can't give myself cardio, right? Wait, I can. Oh, I didn't realize I could target myself with Cardian. Huh, neat. Oh, yeah, that also reminds me. I wonder if I can see how many accommodations I have. That's in the character page, isn't it? Reputation. 176. There you go. Higher than I expected to have, at least. Right. What's up, Mr. Burley? Who goes there? Oh, God. Who goes there? How did you find us? What do you mean I stand out like a sore thumb? The pure bloods over at Victor's Spoil haven't given away our location. You'd never have found us. Those stuck-up assholes. Thought they could come waltzing in here demanding ceruleum with nothing to offer in return. Looks like the boot's on the other foot now that the capital's gone to shite. So they've resorted to sending you to negotiate. I know your game's sellsword. If they think we're good to give in to intimidation, they've got another thing coming. Well, time to help the locals see the error of their ways. Consider me intimidated. Well, there we go. Nice and easy. I'm gonna get 6969 rep and then make a macro button to immediately leave duty so nobody can call me again. I'm sorry, Elix, but at some point you're gonna want loot from a duty. How about instead you just never play healer, never play tank, and play like shit? It's a solid strategy. Anyway, sorry, where's those guys I just killed? Are they dead? Hey, you are? Just after you left, Licinia asked me to go and catch up with you, in case you need a hand. Someone must have let slip that I have a little experience in transporting barrels of ceruleum. Hey, that I vaguely remember. So this is Tapper's Den. Well then, after you. I wonder if I can get a mana lane and next in line for the Garlemald throne. Who are you? What happened to the guards? They fell down some stairs. Eorzeans and rebels here to save the people of Garlemald. Oh, that doesn't make any goddamn sense. How in the hell would you pass up this chance to put those Imperial bastards to the sword? Let me guess. None of you are Garlean? You were brought here from other lands. Garabania, Zantia, Baja, Dalmasca to name but a few. Some dragged here against our will, others fed bollocks about a better life. All put to work extracting ceruleum. Will, are you here to help folks not doing imperialism? I mean... it's more like despotism. You know? All given the esteemed title of On, placing us firmly on the bottom rung of the ladder. Hey, I actually know that. I read the book. But the old hierarchy means nothing in the new Garlemald, says we. But the only thing that's escaped more or less unscathed is Cerulean, still sustaining us, even with our paymasters out of the picture. We hear you're experts in drawing up ceruleum from the bottom of the lake, but how can you do that if it's frozen over? Wouldn't you like to know? Trade secrets, I'm afraid. At any rate, it's not as if ceruleum is used for much these days, what with the city in ruins. We take enough to power our heaters and save the surplus for laters. And though we can help staves off the cold, it does sod all about our hunger unless we can trade it away. Speaking of which, be sure to tell a contingent we've got ceruleum by the barrelful. If they're interested, we'll exchange it for whatever provisions they're willing to spare. We can certainly ask, but if you're all free to go now, why carry on living here? Free to go? Go where? Even if we managed to get back to our homelands, there'd be nothing left for us thanks to the Empire. And the knowledge and skills we required working here would be practically useless outside of Garlemald. So, we're staying for the time being. Long as there's a need for ceruleum, we'll find a way to get by, even if Garlemald as we knew it is gone for good. Gone for good. Who's that? Hang on, who's the main character by the fire? What are you doing here, tiny child? Then again, maybe I'm not doing a very good job of identifying future main characters based on my previous track record. This guy does just straight up look like Amit Selk, though. Nah, that's a stretch. Regardless of what the Ilzabad contingent does for the people of Garlemald, the Empire itself is already a thing of the past. For many, that would be a cause of celebration, while for others, their whole way of life will have been turned upside down. After all the atrocities committed in the Empire's name, perhaps it is for the best that it is consigned to history. But what of the ordinary people, their lives, their stories? Should they be forgotten too? I suppose there'll be plenty of time to ponder that later. For now, let's see about getting some ceruleum. So you come seeking ceruleum, have you? Yep, just about. What? Those purebloods up at Victor's Spoil sent you? To turn to their enemies for help, they must be more desperate than I thought. And again, Licinia's got her little sister to think about. A sister? But we only saw Licinia and 3 men. Well, it's possible she died from whatever was ailing her. If she needed treatment, I doubt there'd be a way to get any around here. I may have refused Licinia at first, thinking she'd come back with something to exchange, but I can spare them a bottle's worth of ceruleum. Consider a reward for introducing me to the rest of your contingent. Be sure to send them our way, you hear? Actually, I did accidentally pull Weeping City and Mock's last boss while people were watching the cutscene because I didn't see this chat that someone said 2 in CS. Whoops. Well, honestly, that happens. I can't for the life of me think why Licinia would keep her sister a secret from us, but we can ask about that after we deliver the ceruleum. Come on, let's hurry back. Seriously though, are those guards dead? Whatever, I'm sure they're fine. We don't murder. Obviously. Also, I think I missed a, ether current. One, two, three, 4. Somewhere around here-ish, maybe? Oh no, it's somewhere around there. Oh, it's probably in Reggio Dormammu, whatever. Worry about that later. God, I forget all these buns that I have. It feels weird because I will admit, with Gunbreaker and DPS, I basically had to know all my buns. But here, I'm just like, I know enough to get by. So many of them are used in case of emergency buttons with long cooldown that I don't really feel that stressed. I do remember that this and this are shields. Yeah, group shield and regen single shield. Or that's single Hymaton. And T is group. Yeah, group Hymaton basically. Yeah, I set that up. F and G are DPS, are shields. R and T are the shields that heal. F and R is single target, T and G are group. Yeah. This isn't right. It's too quiet. I would have thought Alfino would still be training them by the fire, but they're nowhere to be seen. I'll look inside the house while you search outside. They can't have gone far. Uh-oh. Alfino? Lad? The music isn't playing. Yeah, I feel intimidated. Uh-oh. Alfino, what happened? They asked me to help carry supplies. But when I followed them back here, they attacked me. Caught me off guard, forced me to defend myself. I fear they fared rather worse than me. You can't fool us. We know what you're about. Vultures, that's what you are. Waiting in the wings for us to show weakness, then in you swoop. Need help. What rot. All a ploy to make us lower our guard. Let you in, put ourselves at your mercy, put us in chains, steal our lands, get your revenge. You're wrong. That's not what any of us want. Save the arguments for later. We've got bigger problems. I found empty medicine bottles in a bed that was still warm. It's true. Licinia was hiding her sick sister inside the house. But now, there's no sign of either of them. Where are they? Where did they go? Away from you and yours. And if you think I'll tell you, you're a fool. I'd never give up my people. We're trying to help them, you idiot! Her sister's ill! The empty bottles prove it! So the medicine ran out, or she put it in her pockets to make it easier to carry, or to avoid the sound of clinking glass. There are beasts everywhere. How could you let them go alone? Oh, to protect them from you! Sorry, I can be more menacing than that, can't I? You invade our homeland. Taint it with the same sorcerer used to slay our countrymen. A Garlean should sooner die than suffer the insult. Better for them to flee, keep their purity intact, than be corrupted by your vile magics. We were waiting for a chance to free them, since the moment you arrived. This is getting us nowhere. I cannot say how Licinia and her sister will react when we find them, but find them we must. Go on without me, both of you. I first need to tend to my injuries, and theirs. I will join you in the search after. Alright. Be careful. We'll do our best to find them quickly. There's only one path out of here, so that's where we'll start. I have more questions. Also, I want to point out something here. Yeah, better to die than rob us of our lands and our pride and make us serve in solitude, servitude. There we go. That was the word I was looking for. Damn, man, that's, Now, hang on a second, Mr. Garlean. I have some follow-up questions about your ideals here. Two sets of fresh footprints. Young women, judging by the size. This is definitely them. Come on. I really hope we get to... Okay, fine. Maybe we should give the man a chance to, like, reconsider rather than shooting him in the face outright. However, I'm just saying. This snow really needs a nice splash of color, don't you think? The trail stops at the frozen lake. Perhaps they chose this route so as not to leave footprints. I can't think of any other reason. Look at this place. It's crawling with beasts. And I can only imagine how hard it must be for an ailing sister to cross the ice. We could really do with Alfino's help, but we can't afford to wait for him. Let's split up and look for clues. Well, let's see if the footprints themselves lead straight to where we need to go. Not so much from the looks of things. Then again, this is a huge area to canvas. Oh. Oh. Uh-oh. I retract my previous statement about the snow needing a fresh splotch of color. Blood stained the snow appears to be fresh. Judging by the amount, the victim may have been severely wounded. The trail of blood leads southeastwards. I can't remember people's names. I'm not going to remember a specific refrain. Oh, hey, Licinia. Uh-oh. Oh. The two bodies are already cold. Wow, that's... Yeah, that's pretty fucking dark, isn't it?
Blood trail. We found one. They were attacked. No. Why? Why wouldn't they?
Safer to brave the wilds than trust in our magic. We should have... I should have... We can't leave them like this. We have to take them home.
What if we're only making it worse?
Maybe we don't belong here, but neither do they. Not out here in the wind and the cold. I heard the story about Varus's voice from beyond the grave. Of course, I didn't believe it, but Licinia and her sister did. Perhaps there is something to the tale after all. I want to understand, so I'm going to borrow this for a while, if that's all right. You had every reason not to trust us. We came as trespassers, invaders. But I pray that in time, we will be more than that to you. That we will find a way to help your loved ones. And see that no more children are left to freeze alone in the snow.
From a storytelling perspective, neat. I had to throw that in there because my first instinct was to turn to the camera and go, neat. And I was like, wait, hang on. There's a qualification we have to add on to this. Gotta be careful about that here. There must have been something we could have done. But what? Should we have never have come here? Would they still be alive if we hadn't? Now I'm curious about the other people that were here. They aren't spawned in at the very least yet. We'll see if we get to interact more with them. I mean, knowing Alfie now, he didn't kill any of them anyway, so we'll see what happens. Right, onwards. We've already caused enough harm here. Let's return to the camp before we cause any more. As for those inside the house, we should send someone to take care of them. Someone who isn't us. All we can do for now is make our report to Lucia. Do everything in our power to prevent further tragedy. So, let's linger here no more. Come. I like the name of the house, too. Victor's Spoils. It seems very appropriate. Did that tune from the radio sound familiar? No, I can't remember people's names. You can ask me literally every single time any of y'all ever go, Will, does this seem familiar? If it's not an image, my answer will be no. I will never remember a motif. I assume... No, I have no idea what it was from. Why? What was the reference? Over cutscenes featuring... Yeah, I never would have got that. Neat. I mean, they did say it was a Garlean theme, so it's not really unexpected. Let's see if I can grab this ether current while I'm up here. Cars! Oh, that's cute. They're kind of dinky. What the fuck? I could've... My brain froze for a second because I thought I saw a ghost up here or something. I do realize it was just Barrage running away, wasn't it? Yep, there you go. Yeah. Usually big and ominous and cinematic. But here it's used to reinforce a moment of sadness. That's just good. Good music design. Fair play by them. It also occurs to me I don't need to run all the way back here, but I really want to knock out these sections of map while I'm here. Surprise Soken is a wizard. I mean, that's just good planning. To be fair, planning is probably the hardest part of any game development. No, planning is the hardest part of game development by a pretty fucking wide margin. When you have anything bigger than a team of like 2 people, planning is the hardest part by far. Alize and Alfino tell me they've finished their preliminary search for survivors, but refrained from saying much more than that. Clearly they are reluctant to provide details. Might I ask for your account?
Thank you for your report.
Oh, more voice
We
acting.
shall
I'm
inform the
spoiled.
troops of these developments and instruct them to proceed with the utmost caution should they encounter any survivors.
Allow me to go and speak with the ones at the Victor's Spoils. They may be more willing to listen to a fellow Garlean and accept our offer of assistance.
I pray you are right. And though I am loath to burden you any further, should there be an appropriate occasion to speak of Licinia and her sister, please do so.
I am sorry to have put you through this.
God, these are children.
My distress is nothing compared to their suffering.
Holy shit, Shriveling Fire is live on Twitch? /rate Shriveling Fire. Let's go. A channel cannot rate itself. There's already been some leitmotifs from Final Fantasy VI and earlier Endwalker music. I mean, fair. I think it's fine and cool when a leitmotif reinforces the same emotion as before.
So tell me, what else have we learned?
I think I was too harsh.
As you may have already heard, we have succeeded in curing the members of the Popularis, Maxima identified.
I think I was too harsh on Ishtola's outfit last time I played. I remember being really harsh on it. It's a good design. It's just a little bit silly compared to everyone else's, like, thick coats, I think. Like, in isolation, this is a great outfit.
They have provided us with some intriguing insights into the current state of Garlemald. The assassination of Emperor Varus was the catalyst for the civil war. Nerva declared his claim to the throne, and his opponents refused to recognize it. Fighting broke out in the capital, where Nerva's Third Legion clashed with the First, who remained loyal to Varus even after his death.
Of course, even Imperial warmongers would balk at the idea of turning their shining city into a battleground. Like burning down the wood to spite the wasps. Neither side would be so mad. Unless something or someone inflamed their animosity to such an extent that they could not help but act against their better judgment.
It brings to mind events at the Gimlet Dark, does it not? The Emperor's sudden withdrawal from the front lines, specifically.
I don't remember what the Gimlet Dark is. Help me out here.
Nerva and
Anyone?
his father, Titus,
All right.
Varus's then political rival, took advantage of rumors that Crown Prince Xenos had been possessed by a demon.
Elidibus, what better way to disparage your enemies than with the truth, or a close enough approximation?
Indeed. But before their accusations could be substantiated, many of Titus's followers were silenced.
The battlefield that joins Alamigo to Ilsabard? Oh, yeah, where I had that final showdown with Xenos. It was in the trailer for Shadowbringers, wasn't it?
While some were merely stripped of their status, others died under curious circumstances. One after another, suddenly and suspiciously.
God, that does feel
Again,
weird to be the end of
Elidibus.
Stormblood, actually.
Like as not, he had a hand in it. No evidence was found to implicate Varus, certainly. Nevertheless, Titus, Nerva, and the Third Legion would have judged it a brazen attempt by the Emperor to rid himself of his political enemies. And then, in the midst of this growing turmoil, Varus Sosgalvis is murdered. And Garlemald's own prodigal son, Gaius van Belsar, is named the murderer. Shortly thereafter, Nerva claims the right of succession, and in response, the First Legion claims the assassination was part of a coup d'etat orchestrated by Titus and Nerva.
This is too many proper nouns. I'm completely lost.
So no one is at fault, and everyone else is to blame.
I should add that both parties received substantial financial backing, presumably to provide them with the means and encouragement to pursue a swift victory, and that these contributions came from the self-same benefactor.
I'd heard House Brutus had been filling the Third Legion's coffers, but the First as well.
It would seem so. Though the Populares determined that the First Legion received funds from a variety of organizations, all had connections to House Brutus.
Okay.
So Fandaniel, in the guise of Asahi, was playing both sides against each other the entire time.
The information we gained from my friends does not end there. One night, shortly after fighting broke out, the capital was shaken by an immense tremor. From that point onward, they have no memories, no recollection of any events, including our clash on the Magna Glaciers. But when asked about the Imperial Palace and its bizarre transformation, they somehow recall Emperor Varys giving them orders in their dreams. May the Tower of Babel stand as testament to the glory of Garlemald.
Emperor Varys is being made into a primal. Neat.
This
Ironic.
sounds awfully familiar.
We have something to show you all.
Varys spoke to them through this radio. Perhaps it was a recording, but if not, that would be inexplicable.
We are of one mind, then.
The ether that permeates the ore used in this device is almost identical to that of the talismans.
I see it. While it is likely more by coincidence than design, these devices might also ward against a primal's influence. A picture is beginning to form. If the tremor felt throughout Garlemald was a wave of ether emitted by a primal, then while those within range would have been tempered, those huddled around a radio desperate for news concerning the Civil War would have been spared.
Okay. Sure.
No wonder Licinia kept it close.
My friends, I must speak with you. A young man was caught trying to steal our supplies. He is a soldier of the Iron Men, we think, but one who has not been made thrall. Thankfully, Magni restrained him before blood was spilled. The stranger is outside, if you wish to ask him questions.
I think we do.
Who do we have here?
Garleans? Traitors to your homeland! Have you no shame?
I am Lucia Junius, a Temple Knight of Ishgard. And you are?
Iulus Pier Norbanus. And that's all you invaders will get from me.
We are not here to invade Garlemald. Far from it. Like you, our allies in Eorzea and the Far East fight in defense of their lives and their loved ones even as we speak. But it is the people of
Whoops. So we know this is where we've come to offer you our
Whether you
aid,
believe me or
though we
not,
unite
those are the
against our common
facts.
foe.
Now, answer me this. Why would a proud soldier of the Empire be reduced to stealing? The situation must be dire indeed for you to go to such lengths. If it is supplies you seek, we would gladly share ours, or turn a blind eye while you leave with your spoils.
I will not negotiate. My commander will determine how to deal with you and yours. If you wish to treat with him, I will take you, but no more than 3.
I don't much like the sound of that. But if we do accept his proposal, I suggest the 2 of us and...
Please allow me and Alize to act as envoys.
May I ask why?
We have seen with our own eyes the hardships the Garleans face. How their futures and lives hang in the balance.
It's not the warmest invitation, but it's an opportunity to prove our intentions true. Maybe not a chance to make things right, but a chance to make them better.
Now doesn't feel like the appropriate time to be a sarcastic little shit, as much as I love that. We all know. But, you know, I'll just say I'm going with you.
I can see that persuading you otherwise is a lost cause, but you will proceed with the utmost care.
Don't worry. If they hurt a single hair on the twins' head, I will burn them to the ground in the snow.
A couple of children and what? A sellsword? Is this an insult?
Not in the least. You will find that they are more than qualified to speak on our behalf.
There are many dangers on the road ahead. I will need that back.
You know, it does occur to me that if I wasn't playing as a relatively rare species, I feel like I should have found Dekka's clone by this point. Wait, is that Magni? Holy shit, that's Magni. No, that's I might be stupid. Whatever. Yeah, it feels like I should have found a Ura that looks exactly like Dekka by this point. But, oh well. Let me see. There's a lot back here that I need to fucking trace back, apparently. Okay. So, Nerva versus the third. Who was loyal to Varys. They clashed. Nerva and his father Titus Varys is then political rival. Okay. Better way to disparage your enemies than with the truth. Okay. So the timeline here is that Varys was on the front line. Rumors spread saying that Xenos was possessed by a demon. Then a lot of Tice's followers start disappearing, and people were like, is the Emperor fucking with us? Then the Emperor got assassinated. Okay. Chill. So, okay, I think I'm following this. So, who is it? Elidibus spreads rumors. Xenos is possessed. The Big E makes Titus's followers start disappearing, and then Varys assassinated Gaius is blamed. Okay, I'm following. I think I know where all the proper nouns are falling right now. Chill. Chill. You'll be received as invited guests, and so I urge you to observe proper social etiquette and conduct yourselves accordingly. Your safe return takes precedence above all else. Remember this. Thancred in particular will be worried sick if you're gone too long. May the Fury watch over and keep you. Is that her? Oh, Thancred's gonna be watching us. Got it. Not exactly subtle, but fair enough. I almost didn't get it. It's unusual for one so young to achieve such a high rank. Very unusual. Oh yeah, they're the ones who are loyal to Varys, so I guess we're gonna find out who's in charge of the First Legion right now. Wait. Let me check my online notes. Didn't I write who is in charge of the First Legion? Who is it that we attacked in this the opening of our coming into Garlemald? I didn't want to say invasion, but I did want to say invasion. It was Virgilia. Wait, were the third and the first also responsible for the War of Succession? My notes are confusing me. I guess I'll find out. Right. Are you and the children ready? I'll explain the route once we are outside your camp. If anyone attempts to follow us, we will judge it an act of hostility. We will not hesitate to take appropriate measures. I'd expect nothing less. You have our full cooperation. Sorry, my notes mark them as fighting during the War of Succession, which was when Emperor Varys ascended the throne, wasn't it? Thinking about it, wasn't Emperor Varys only in charge for like maybe 2 years? Maybe? Alright, this is far enough. Listen carefully. We head over the hill, then follow the road until we reach Liminal Station 4. Children in the lead. I can see you. We do have names, you know. I'm Alize and he's Alf, you know. And last but not least, there's Dekka. Dekka. Where have I heard that name before? Maybe we shouldn't have told them that I was me. No matter. Alfino and Alize will watch the road ahead while we bring up the... It's Alfino and Alize will watch the road ahead while we bring up the rear. I wasn't lying about there being many dangers, so you're to run, not saunter, run, towards the station. If you even think about going for your weapon, the deal's off. Should any creatures bar the way, we will go around them. Alright. The writers claim all of AR through Endwalker takes place in a single year, which is stupid, but that's what they say. I guess it's not completely ridiculous. I would say that 2 years is more than enough time for it to happen in. I mean, think about Shadowbringers could very easily canonically... No, Shadowbringers has to take place in real time because time between the two worlds syncs up. I mean, please, it would take at least a year for them to build that fucking mountain golem. Yeah, I'm still mad. The fuck? Up. Shouldn't have looked at it. The sea crossing in Stormblood alone was supposedly multiple months. That's fair. This is it. First stop, that is. Good. It looks like your friends knew better than to follow us. Are these your headquarters? No. We're stopping here so I can check for pursuers. Since it appears you've kept to your side of the bargain, we can carry on. And Thancred just emerges from the background like a fucking... using his white coat as a ghillie suit. North of the station is Regio Dormammu. I know that's not how you pronounce it, but my brain can't read it and not think of that for some reason. Damaram, one of the main residential areas. Or at least it was. The afflicted roam the street in packs. They'll tear us to shreds if given the chance. Keep close. No wandering off. Understood? Alright. From here, we'll be heading northeast, keeping to the left of the railway. While the route itself is straightforward, getting past the hordes unseen is anything but. Keep your weapons at the ready. They would attack their own countrymen. Aye, they spare their own but slaughter the rest without hesitation. Though we'll try to avoid detection, the chances of sneaking by completely unnoticed are slim at best. I will lead the way, but in the event we are seen, you have to fight them off. Those two will follow us, provided they can afford to withdraw their weapons. Well, I doubt they would be foolish enough to stab their guide in the back. I will not take that chance. With that said, let's proceed. Okay. Thank you for doing an Agent 47 in the background as if I thought, yeah, we just look in the background and there's just someone in a fucking chocobo suit standing there doing a funny dance. Yeah, I agree. That is a funny thought. Oh, goddamn. I left y'all for 2 seconds. Do I have an AoE attack that relies on Asgol? I don't think so. Sorry, I'm just pressing buttons at this point. Yeah, no. It is ridiculous to me that Adder's Bite only fuels Toxicon. That seems wild. I would have definitely expected there to be at least one single target Adder's Bite thing. But no. I see why your comrades chose you. Julius, our contingent has a cure for the afflicted, or tempered, as we call them. Your people would need to be taken into custody that we may administer the treatment, but they would eventually regain their sanity. Oh, is that so? Well, I know your treatment would simply force them to forsake one master for another. As far as I and my legion are concerned, they're no longer our people. They're beyond saving. Those who thought differently and tried to reason with them were butchered for their bleeding hearts. Come on. We have to keep moving. As by Intoxicant are kind of bad, you ideally don't use them. Wait. Eucrasian Diagnosis seems great for getting through dungeons, at least. Like, it's just a general purpose heal. It is kind of expensive in terms of, like, mana and everything. But in terms of, like, single target shields, it's the best I got. Isn't it? Absolutely best case scenario, you do not want to use your global cooldown on healing spells. Coming from White Mage, that is... yeah, that is wild to me. You can hopefully understand why. I mean, I guess I understand at some level. Like, why technically it's optimal. But it's still like... the only healing spells I have that aren't on global cooldown are Adderskull spells. And those I want to keep for oh shit situations as much as anything else. That feels backwards. That feels really backwards. I mean, it makes sense. You generally, if I'm understanding this correctly, you want to stay on like 2 Adderskull, basically, so that you're not wasting it, which makes sense. The number one problem I had was like keeping healing up, and the solution to it seemed to me to be Eucrasian Diagnosis as much as anything else. But other people have done the optimization calculations, I'm sure. Looks like we're not being followed. We will continue onward. Also, wait. Eucrasian Diagnosis isn't... yeah, Eucrasian Diagnosis isn't 2 full global cooldowns. It's more like 1 1/4, to be fair. Eucrasia is a global cooldown? Is it? No, that's way faster than a global cooldown. I mean, it's like maybe half as fast. Yes, it is literally twice as fast. It's only 1 second, and everything else is 2.5 seconds. I guess it's technically a global cooldown in that it triggers the same thing as a global cooldown. But it is twice as fast. A little bit more than that. Diagnosis is a global cooldown. Yes. I don't know why my brain is so resistant to this. It's whatever. I meant what I said. These people deserve only death. I stayed in my hand before only out of a desire to remain undiscovered. And that is still the higher priority. We should continue to avoid any unnecessary confrontations. Keep following the railway. It probably matters a lot more in situations where being optimal matters, which is like extreme trials and high level raids, I guess. I don't actually know of what I would count as like a high level raid outside of the Coils of Bahamut, actually. Are they like hard versions of the like there's the there's the raids and savages and stuff, but those are like boss fights, which are different from like Coils of Bahamut, right? The Coils of Bahamut are a whole dungeon leading into a boss, and they're very, very difficult, but they are like basically a dungeon followed by a boss. Are there savage versions of the normal raids? Like, is there a savage version of, Royal City of Rabenster? Because all these are just, like, boss fights. And at that point, like, yeah, optimization matters, but, you know, it's different from, like, a dungeon. Yeah, that's actually a thought I never could about. Sorry, I only ask this question because I literally don't know if there are savage versions of the Alliance raids. I guess I could look it up if... I feel like I would have unlocked one of them by now, though. Wait, what was I just fighting? I feel like I was not paying attention. There aren't savages of the Alliance raids. No, that's kind of disappointing. There's no, like, hard version of any of the Alliance raids. I guess it, like, makes sense to a certain level. Look at what they've become. You stand there and claim they can be cured. Those exposed to a vast quantity of a primal's ether may suffer severe corruption. Even with treatment, such victims are beyond salvation. Then you admit it. Now that you've seen these monstrosities for yourself, perhaps you'll think twice before speaking of a cure. Man. You can't really blame Julius for being mad and a real dick to people, but man, he's a real dick to people. Please don't notice me. Well, I should have seen that one coming. Jesus. Can you stop? I'm trying to acknowledge the scenery. Thank you. I don't want to set the world on fire. That's Baja Internal Endgame Savage. What? Baja. Okay, now we're just throwing together keywords. That's not a real thing. We're almost there. Kept your side of the agreement, so I'll keep mine. This way. Yeah, we kept our side of the agreement. It's a shame we couldn't get Thancred to come with us. I'm sure he would have been very interested. Why is my hair poofing like that? This is Tertium, one of Garlemald's largest stations. Now serves as our headquarters. I've already sent the twins ahead, and I will be with you soon. So, wait for me at the bottom of the stairs. This feels like a trap. Hang on, real quick, while I'm up here, might as well go get the ether current. And do a little bit of poking into the exploration bit of this. Because... Damn. Gotta love a ruined mythical, I guess not magical city, is it? Very much defined by not being magical. Wow. But still, cool. Definitely unique from a Final Fantasy XIV perspective. I feel like a lot of areas, a lot of games in general, don't use snow properly for their environments. Feels like a relatively rare terrain type. Right. What tone am I walking into? Are we about to unleash the flood? Do I have to save some hostages, or maybe my brain forgot the third reference it wanted to make? Unlock the door to Regigigas is what my brain was thinking. It's plain to see why they chose this as their base of operations. They could have done a lot worse. Even so, I imagine it's not the easiest place to live. Indeed. And if Julius was willing to make the perilous journey to Camp Broken Glass in search of food, their own supplies must be all but exhausted. They may be shielded from the wind and snow, but it's still bitterly cold. Much like Victor's spoils, it must be a constant struggle to keep their people warm. Lower your voices. While you may be here as my guest, the others will not take kindly to your presence. My commander is in the locomotive, over there. Alright. I'm gonna keep playing until... Actually, I'm probably just gonna finish this quest. Now seems like a good time to head off for the night, and I'm very tired. Yeah, it's a short stream, but you know, what can you do? I do like that aetherite. Ooh, the way it's shattered, that looks cool. Right. So who is that? Is that Titus? Let's find out.
These are their chosen representatives.
Very well. Let us hear what they have to say.
Yes, sir. I present to you our commander, Lord Quintus Van Kina, Legatus of the First Legion.
Okay.
The first? I had no idea you had survived.
We lost our emperor, our city, more than half our troops. For my wounds, I may never take the field again. But we survived, aye. In a manner much to your liking, I dare say.
We have no intention of adding to your misfortunes, nor do we bear you any ill will.
Spare me. Though you children may speak in earnest, overtures of peace ever ring hollow in my ears. So long as man stands to profit from his neighbor's suffering, war is inevitable. Driven from our ancestral homeland into this blasted waste. Yet still you yearned to rob us of our paltry scraps. 'Twas only with Magitech that you learned to keep your distance. Though we knew it was only a matter of time before you regrouped and returned. Conquest and empire were our only defenses. Emperors Solus and Varys understood this, and through their campaigns saw us grow and prosper. Much blood has been spilled in Garlemald's name, aye. But if it is a choice between yours and mine, then it is hardly a choice at all.
I do not deny that a great many conflicts throughout history were driven by the desire or necessity to gain by another's loss. That is not why we are here. Nor have we come to petition your aid in the war with the Telophoroi, grave though that threat may be. Our purpose is simply this. We wish to help you. Let us help you. If there is aught that can be done to ease your plight, we would be glad to do it.
Perhaps you would. But regardless of the ideals you espouse, your leaders would not send an army into Garlemald if they did not stand to benefit. If we accept their aid, they will expect their efforts to be rewarded once the Telophoroi are no longer a threat. And after compensation and concessions, the great empire would be brought to heel. Her enemies rejoice at her downfall. Our third eye, a mark of shame.
We won't stand idly by and let your people be humiliated. And we're not alone in that. We only want to make a difference. To make this world of ours better. Surely you can understand that. What I'm trying to say is, there are so many people who just don't care about making you suffer. And maybe that's almost insulting after all the suffering you feel the world has subjected your people to, but believe it or not, that's the truth. And now we're here, and all we're asking is for you to tell us what you want, what you hope for.
So much blood has been shed, so much lost. All because of this endless war. Who wouldn't want to end it? Can we not work together to face our problems as one?
Answer me this, young peacemakers. If a world without conflict is your desire, why reject the unity and prosperity of Garlemald? Is it because we do not share your faith? That we do not share your heritage? That our ideals and virtues differ? That we cherish and hold in the highest that which you do not? Disparity is the root of discord. And peace built on compromise is flawed and fleeting. Happiness for one and all is a dream, and the reality is that to the victor go the spoils. That is why we Garleans will never submit nor surrender. For freedom and for pride, we will remain true to ourselves until the bitter end. That is my hope. It seems there is nothing more to say on the matter. You will remain here while I decide what is to be done with you. Do not be alarmed. No harm will come to you, if you cooperate.
We will not resist. However, as your guests, I ask that we be allowed to speak with the other members of your group.
As you wish. I had no intention of locking you up, as by dawn you would be frozen stiff and you're no good to me dead. You are free to move about the encampment, but there is one condition. Collar them.
What are these?
Incentive. You'll be watched at all times. Stray too far or act suspiciously, and we will administer a rather painful shock. Stop. Keep away from that one. The champion of Eorzea is not so easily cowed. Even if he allowed himself to be collared, the shock would be no more than an itch. No. If he refuses to obey, we will activate the twins' restraints instead.
You needn't worry about us.
We'll forget we're even wearing them soon enough.
Even now, you still... Why go to such lengths? What is it all for?
God, I don't like either of these lines. Though I'm probably feeling a lot more aggressive than one should reasonably... Not reasonably be. I'm feeling a lot more aggressive right now than one probably should be in this situation. Oh, shit. Ah, fuck. No! You made me drop my pen. Hi, Caillou. With sleep you ate? Hi, fish.
You are a curious one. A far cry from the merciless barbarian others paint you to be.
Hi, we're playing Endwalker. Everyone EP, including me, lol. I'm also EP. I'm not streaming much longer. But I appreciate the raid, Caillou. Go take your dog out to pee and have a good night. As much as anything else. And thank you for the raid again. We can all be EP. It's an EP night. Ow. My everything.
You will be their warden. Take them away.
Yes, sir.
You caught me right before we were gonna finish stream. I was just finishing this quest, and then I was gonna go to bed. Oh, hey. Guess I'm going to bed. Whoops. Oh my god, I have so much... I have a couple of things to take care of at work. As much as anything else. Hopefully it's all passing by relatively easily. But in the meantime, we've successfully discovered that people are still going to be assholes. What are my opinions about this right now? I mean, here's the thing. I can't blame them for not liking us. Like, I like Alfino and Alize. But they don't... Guardians don't have any reason to trust us, especially after all the flat-out propaganda they've been subject to throughout their entire lives, basically. With the way, especially that, Emmett Selk manipulated the nation into his own, basically. Quintus I'm a little bit more annoyed about. But the other Guardians I can't exactly blame, especially people like Julius. Not quite yet, anyway. Alright, and on this happy note, yeah, there's no way I'm going to be done in time for Dawn Trail. What level of main story quest are we up to? We're still in level 82, Jesus. I didn't even get through a level... Ooh. If I want any chance at all of finishing by Dawn Trail coming out, I'm going to have to play way more of this game than I possibly can. Dawn Trail early release is next Friday, isn't it? Yeah. And then it comes out on the 1st? What is Dawn Trail's release date? July 2nd, and it's like 3 days of early access, isn't it? So basically I have until next Tuesday. Oh! So I have a week. Is what you're telling me. Yeah, no, it's literally impossible for me to finish. Man, it's my own doing, but it is a little bit disappointing that I'm like just gonna miss out on being on Dawn Trail day 1. Ah well. What can you do? The only solution I possibly could have, because I'm gonna be way too busy dealing with other stuff. The only thing I could do is, because I'm not streaming this Friday anyway. So I would basically have to like start streaming on Saturday and just do like 36 hours of Endwalker straight up. Big rip. Not gonna make it. Oh well. I'm honestly more upset about losing out on the first like 3 or 4 VODs of Endwalker. That hurts. But it's all problems for later. Let's go raid Mizu Wolf. Tell them they're good. They're doing the Hades 2 beta. I hope that y'all have a peaceful end to your night, should you choose to go to sleep soon enough. And in the meantime, I'll probably be streaming tomorrow. God knows, I need to. So, yeah, thanks. I'm back. Now let's see how long I can keep that streak up. Right. Have a good sleep, everybody. And go tell Wolf that they are neat. They don't have the camera up. You can't see the cat. I'm so sorry. Bye-bye! I'm more tired than I realized I was. Goodbye, everybody! And if you're still watching, you also deserve sleep. At some point. Hopefully. Maybe. I don't know. Depends on when you're watching this. Good luck with that.